So you're ready to stop just doing HR and start driving the business, right? To become a true strategic force. Well, this explainer is for you. We're going to break down the live sessions of the HRBP Bootcamp and show you the exact path to becoming that business powerhouse.
That's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually make that leap? It's not just a title change. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through the 4-session journey that does exactly that. We're talking about the specific frameworks and skills that will help you bridge that gap between just knowing the theory and making a real-world impact.
Okay, so here's our roadmap. We're going to look at your journey through 4 key sessions: the kickoff, 2 intensive workshops, and finally, graduation day. Let's dive right in. First up, Session 1, the kickoff. This is all about setting the foundation. And trust me, this is way more than just a welcome session. It's where we establish the core mission and really frame your whole bootcamp experience.
So right from day 1, we get straight to the point. You'll get the lay of the land, the platform, the objectives, all that good stuff. But here's the kicker. You're immediately going to get into groups and choose a real business problem from your own company. We're not talking about some abstract case study. You're going to team up and pick a genuine challenge you'll work on throughout the entire program.
All right, on to Session 2, our first big workshop. This is where we start mapping how your business actually creates value. And honestly, this is where your perspective is going to shift big time. You'll go from seeing things through an HR lens to seeing the entire business ecosystem. You'll start thinking and talking like a business leader.
Now, the key tool you're going to master here is the business model canvas. Think of it like a blueprint of your entire business, but all on a single page. It's a super powerful way to visually map everything. I'm talking customer segments, revenue streams, the whole shebang. It gives you that high-level strategic view you absolutely need to connect your people initiatives to the company's bottom line.
So we start by kind of deconstructing the business, but from an HR point of view. We'll ask the tough questions. Who are your real customers? And yeah, that means internal and external. What specific value are you actually delivering to them? And maybe most importantly, how does your HR operating model make all of that happen? Just going through this process, I promise, will totally change how you see your own role.
And then we connect the dots. This is the aha moment. We take all those daily HR activities, all the resources you manage, and we link them directly to what drives the business forward. The goal here is simple, so you can answer with total confidence, here's exactly how my work helps this company win.
So what's the big outcome? It's powerful. You don't just leave with a bunch of new ideas. No, you walk out of this workshop with a tangible, actionable HR execution roadmap, a plan that perfectly aligns your people strategy with the core objectives of the business. It's a real game changer.
Okay, let's move on to Session 3, our second workshop. The theme here is from symptom to solution. This builds directly on everything we've just talked about. Once you really get the business landscape, you can level up to become a true strategic problem solver. We're talking about moving past just spotting issues to actually architecting really smart solutions.
And how do we do that? Well, we're going to introduce you to something called the consult framework. Now, this isn't just another business school theory. It is a powerful, step-by-step methodology, a real toolkit for dissecting and resolving those messy, complex business challenges that land on your desk every single day.
The real genius of this framework is its structure. I mean, look at this. The acronym CONSULT gives you a repeatable, logical process you can use every single time. It literally takes you from that initial chaos and confusion of a new problem all the way through to a clear, measurable solution.
Let's break it down. Phase 1 is all about proper diagnosis. Think of it like a doctor. You start by contextualizing, understanding the whole environment. Then you start observing, gathering data, identifying symptoms. And finally, you narrow it down, doing that deep root cause analysis. This whole first phase is designed to make absolutely sure you're solving the right problem, not just chasing symptoms.
Okay, so once you've nailed the problem, Phase 2 is all about action. You move from diagnosis to delivery. You'll brainstorm creative solutions, then uncover which ones are actually feasible and will have the biggest impact. Next, you'll build a rock-solid plan for launching it, and this is so crucial, you'll figure out how you're going to track the results to prove your value to the business. It's a full-circle process.
And all of this, it all leads up to the final session, graduation day. This is where you put your new skills to the test. This is where your transformation becomes real, where you take everything you've learned from the business model canvas to the consult framework and you put it all into practice.
I want to be super clear about this. This is not a final exam on theory. It's the ultimate practical application. You're going to be applying this brand new strategic toolkit directly to that real business challenge. You know, the one you and your team chose way back in session 1. It all comes full circle.
So, on graduation day, you and your group are going to stand up and present your solution. We're talking a practical, data-backed people initiative designed to solve that problem you've been working on. And you'll present it not just to your peers, but to a panel of leaders, getting that direct, invaluable feedback right on the spot.
This really is the moment it all clicks into place. It's the culmination of your entire journey. It's that final step where you don't just know things, you can do things. You demonstrate your new capabilities and prove, without a doubt, that you can create and articulate real strategic business impact. You walk out no longer just an HR professional, you are a strategic partner.
So look, you're going to leave this boot camp with so much more than just knowledge. You'll have proven experience under your belt. You'll have these repeatable frameworks you can use again and again, and you'll have the confidence to walk into any leadership meeting and drive measurable change. Which really just leaves one question, right? What business problem are you going to solve first?